Hi, I'm Kelsey, and we're gonna start with which pieces are fixed and which I think are improvised. So, starting with the first one, I felt this one was more improvised because the music would just go along with her voice. I feel like it was more about her singing than anything else. Um, and I feel like it was kind of like she was changing her voice, even though the lyrics would repeat and stayed the same. I feel like that one was more improvised. Um, and then the second one, this piece felt fixed because it was instrumental, and it sounded like it was telling a very specific story. Um, it felt like this piece, even though it was instrumental, there was no voice to it. It still felt like each um, each part had a purpose, like it was telling a specific story through each note. And then the third piece, this also felt fixed. There's a lot of repetition, kind of felt like there was pattern, rhythm, it went together harmoniously. The flow felt very consistent with the song. And then the fourth piece, this one felt improvised. Especially during parts where it felt like he was just kind of like he would yell out hallelujah every now and then. It kind of felt like he was just singing, I don't want to say random, but it felt kind of random parts, and then the piano would kind of just go with whatever he was singing, or he would go with the piano, kind of that type thing. And then the final piece felt fixed. It was a nice melody. It felt very flowed together, short and sweet. Kind of felt like it was purposeful, and it was also just like him playing a single instrument. So I kind of feel like he was singing a very specific song. And then for the second question, um, the observations about the genres. So the first piece felt very religious, like religious based, Islamic, and it was a prayer, so it felt like that's how it kind of feels religious, in that sense. I'm not exactly sure. The genre part's kind of difficult for me only because all these songs are from different parts around the world, and I'm not exactly how to put them in a genre when I feel like I don't even know all the genres. That's just my own personal experience with, I don't know the terminology quite well. But the second piece, it was folk, Japanese. Also felt a little acoustic, not entirely. It just felt like, in terms of like folk being associated with acoustic, like strings and very light, flowy type music. And then the third kind of felt sporadic, kind of like a dance type thing. Not your typical like pop dance, but it felt like something you could dance to, something fun, upbeat, something like that. Then for the fourth piece, he was singing kind of like opera, kind of the way he was singing felt like opera, but also the stuff he was singing itself felt kind of religious. Also felt kind of chaotic, just kind of the piano and then him singing. It didn't feel harmonious, but it was interesting to say the least. And then the fifth piece felt also a little not folksy, but it was like acoustic, lightweight. It was very pretty, very I wouldn't say classical, because it's not like an orchestra, but it was very nice. I don't know if I would say folksy, but it was definitely acoustic, with Brazil influences and everything like that. Moving on to the third. So we're gonna start with the first one. Also, if I butcher any of these names, I'm trying my best, and I'm sorry. So Adan, Call to Prayer. I ranked this fourth only because having having the video not had the lyrics with it, I wouldn't know what she said. But considering it's a religious based song, personally for me, like religious songs don't really hit me personally, only because of my own experience with religion, and the word God's kind of triggering from my own personal experience. But her words were impactful. They were powerful, but it also felt like sad. The song itself felt powerful, but it just didn't resonate with me because of the fact that it was religious. And then second piece, Sakura Japanese folk song. I ranked this number 3. I really liked how it was instrumental, and there was room for me to think, room for me to have a thought process. But also, when I listen to music, I know before I could drive, I would sit in my parents' back seat and have headphones in and look out my window, and any song that would come on, I would have like a different thing to imagine or continuation, just to kind of like imagine something while I was listening to music. It really helped me like ease my mind, and that song was definitely something that was helpful with that. And then the third piece, Reno Miyamin, a Ladino traditional song. I ranked this number 2, because even though it wasn't I liked it because it was playful and it was kind of fast, but also I really liked the instrumental part, and then her singing, and then it would do the instrumental part again, and then she would go back to singing. I really liked that. I liked there was rhythm, like repetition, kind of a pattern. It felt very familiar to me, but also not, because I have no idea what she was saying. But I really liked it. And then the fourth piece, the General William Booth Enters into Heaven by Charles Ives. I ranked this 5th, last. Personally, I didn't like how it wasn't harmonious, that they didn't go together. It's not supposed to be like go together. It feels like it was supposed to be kind of chaotic and kind of back and forth, but I didn't think it flowed that nicely. Personally, for me, I have to hear something that kind of like goes together, where it didn't feel like it matched all the way. And also, like, sometimes the piano would like go off key, but it felt like, I don't know, it was supposed to be like that. But anyway, that's why I ranked it 5th. And then the last piece, Desafinado, Brazilian Bossa Nova. I ranked this one 1st. This one was the prettiest one to me personally. It spoke to me in a way that I felt like I could just walk outside, and it felt like a no judgment zone. It just felt like nice weather, cool breeze type thing, and that's why I really enjoyed that piece. So yeah, those are my thoughts on those, and yeah.